Hey, hey, all right, all right. Hey, all. Welcome to Bigfoot Society AM. This is your host, Jeremiah Byron. I'm from the podcast Bigfoot Society. We got a few people already hanging out here. Um, Want to call out. We've got Alexandra 85 channel member with a $2 super sticker. Thank you so much. That means a ton, and that helps out the podcast uh, more than you know. We also have uh, Trey Par 1080 became a YouTube member. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here and now being a supporting YouTube member. It's support like that will get the podcast to the full time uh, status that we want. So let's see who else we got. We got Memphis Song. Great to see you, Memphis Song. Always hitting those green check marks on every video. Uh, we got Lockbeard. He's not sure what's going on, which is cool. I love new people being here. Um, let's see. So who is this guy? Well, I already said I'm Jeremiah. I'm the host of the Bigfoot Society Podcast. I interview people that have had Bigfoot encounters and other encounters. This show is every Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. AO, thank you for answering that. Why AM? Well, there used to be this thing like AM radio, so I'm kind of playing off the whole coast to coast AM thing. Um, we've got a good friend, Alan Lassiter, here. Good to see you, buddy. We've got the gruesome twosome heading to the Texas-Louisiana border next week to do a little camping. Wow. Well, keep an eye out because you could have, that's a pretty squatchy area. Scott, let's see. Oh, Scott, what's up? Good to see you, Scott. Gruesome twosome, want to come to Texas? Well, maybe someday. We'll see. And Donna Spencer, hello, everyone. Bigfoot Society Podcast. Great to see you. And of course, we got Mitzi. Hey, I always see Mitzi at the Van Meter Visitor Festival. So great to see you here. Man, there are tons of people hanging out. We got Gene Templar. Hi, Jeremiah. Lockbeard. I am in central Iowa, my friend. Scott, love the show. Well, hey, so let me explain what Bigfoot Society AM is. It is a show I do every Sunday night at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm going to do it for about an hour. And if you have a Bigfoot encounter, you can call on in. I am doing a little bit different this time. In the description for this video that you're watching, there's a link up at the top where I want you to go to that link, and you have to do an intake form that has a release form, so that I can use your you'll be recorded when you come on in, and when you call the number that I'll be sharing in a little bit. And pretty much anything that's used on here can be used for the podcast Bigfoot Society. So pretty much you fill out that guest release form, that guest intake form, and that allows me to use your recording, right? And then after that, then you can call the number. So I'm making it a little easier this week, but that's the trick, okay? So I think you guys can handle it. Let's see who else we got here. The Dogman UK man. Hi everyone, good to see you, Dogman. Donna says Bigfoots are seen all over the world. Absolutely, I saw them in North Carolina and Maryland. Ghost at Fort Lee in Virginia. Wow. So Donna, you've had 2 encounters. Would love to hear about those. Well, let me go ahead and all right. Numbers on the screen. Please, before you call it, hit the link so that you can fill out the guest release form. But if you have a Bigfoot encounter, call that with your phone. And I'm looking at the phone right now. Let's see if I can see it. It's on and ready to go. Guys, while we're waiting, let's see. We got Martin J. Hi from Washington. Good to see you, Martin. So while we're waiting, can I just say, and I shared some my thoughts I shared with the YouTube channel members in that um I did a special video for the YouTube channel members. You can watch that if you become a YouTube channel member, if you become a Patreon member. Oh, are we already getting a call? We're starting early. All right. Okay, let's continue. Um, let's see. Chris, hello. I live between Texarkana and Falk, Arkansas. There's definitely something going on in this area. I can show you some places. Oh, well, that would be cool. Welcome to give us a call. And if you've seen anything cool, you can share here. Let's see. Colton, anyone here that was watching live last week? I believe there's a few people that were here. Let's see. Lockbeard. I created Lockbeard's YouTube paranormal live stream TV guide for regularly scheduled live streams. Adding you right now. Well, thank you. I will tell me people, pirate talk, about the new edition during my live stream. Well, I appreciate that, friend. Um, oh, and as I was saying, so if you listen to Coast to Coast AM, I guess last night or the night before, they had the people that were from the train that took the video of the Colorado Bigfoot, um, and they are going with the story that they think it was a real Bigfoot. It's very interesting. I haven't listened to the actual interview on Coast to Coast AM so far. I have my own thoughts about what that Bigfoot is, and that's kind of a thing that I have in a video for the Patreon and the YouTube channel members. But let's see. Donna says I can send you. Oh my goodness, chats everywhere. I can send you pictures of these orbs. Oh, cool. Martin was watching live last week. I appreciate that. Do me a favor, guys. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel. If you have a Bigfoot encounter, you're welcome to call. Actually, hold on. I'm just gonna I'm gonna make it so easy for you guys. All you have to do is call that number, and we're gonna be hanging out. Last week, it didn't start to heat up until man, it was like almost the end of the show before we got our first call. So you never know. Let me check something real quick. Okay. All right. All right. False alarm. False alarm. I thought it was someone calling. We're good. Let's see. Let me know in the chat if you've actually had a Bigfoot encounter, if you've seen a Bigfoot. Go ahead, put that in the chat, or let's see. Oh, here we go. Kathy, I grew up in Oregon and Washington. I had an encounter when I was 4 years old in Oregon. I heard them when I lived in Washington. Oh, wow. That is interesting. I wonder where you lived, what area you were in Oregon and Washington. Was it the Olympic Peninsula? Was it the Columbia River, that area? Let me know. We got 42 people here, guys. I really appreciate you hanging out with me on your Sunday night before you head back to work, probably. And I just want to do another quick shout out here to new YouTube channel member Trey Par 1080 became a YouTube member. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You can become a YouTube member by clicking the join button. And a special thank you to Alexandra85, who is a YouTube channel member as well, a supporter. And with the $2 super sticker, every super sticker or super chat or whatever you want to call it, everything that's given helps Bigfoot Society get one step closer to its goal of being a full-time podcast. I just had to take a quick drink. All right. As always, we got 42 people here. Phone number to call if you have a Bigfoot encounter to share on the show live is on the screen. Let's see. Dogman UK, man, I've had a few Bigfoot encounters at Nest. Holy mackerel. Guys, this could be big. I can't even say what I got in the text that I just got. Holy mac! Oh, sorry, I got distracted. All right, back to Dogman. I've had a few Bigfoot encounters at Nest. I got the pictures to prove it on my channel. All right, well, we'll check out your channel, Dogman. I have no problem with shouting out others. Beast Mode, great interviews. Thank you. Great YouTube channel. Let's go. Kathy, I lived in the mountains near Lincoln City. I used to play outside by myself a lot. Interesting. Scott, the ones I've seen looked like Harry and the Henderson leaning against a tree. I was 12 in Marysville, Michigan. I'm 45 now. Interesting. Would love to hear more about that, Scott. Not sure. Let's see. So here's the tricky thing. I think some people are they mysteriously turning into trolls? I don't know. I think you may have. I hope not, guys. I hope not, because just be nice. Hold on. I'm going to try something. I'm sorry. I have to real quick, guys. I'm doing a live show for the podcast. Oh. We got a call.
Hello?
Hi, who is this? Hello?
Hi, this is Donna Spencer.
Oh, hey, Donna. Let me plug in my phone real quick. Sorry about that.
Uh-huh.
This is Donna Spencer. Oh, hey, Donna. Let me plug in my phone real quick. Sorry about that.
And Donna, if I'm on, do you mind if I'm not on speakerphone, as it will cause a feedback loop that will get not the most fun to listen to?
Okay. Do I need to turn off speakerphone on my phone?
Yes, ma'am. Yep.
Do I need to turn off speakerphone on my
Yeah.
phone?
Can still hear it in the background.
I need to turn my phone up.
Yep.
Okay.
Or do you have me on like I can hear myself in the background, and it may be on a computer or something.
Okay. Okay. I turned my computer down.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right. Well, Donna, how's it going today?
All right. I used to work security at used to work as a security guard at Duke University campus, and they let us patrol the compound by ourselves. And one day I walked in the dark on the in the parking lot, and I seen this white Bigfoot come out of a utility vehicle. He came through the utility vehicle. He didn't open the door. He came through it, like he was coming towards me. It was a white one, and it was a big one. And he walked real fast across that parking lot. And mine spoke to me and told me he was there to protect me. Protect me from what? I don't know.
Okay.
And I watched him open up a door in midair and step into it, and the door closed behind him.
Wow. What year was this, Donna?
This was, I think it was 2018.
Interesting. So you were working security, and you said you saw the Bigfoot go through a vehicle.
He came out of a parked utility trailer.
Oh,
It had equipment in it that was used to work on a building, but it was locked. He came through it, came towards me. Mine spoke and then walked off. He was walking real fast, walked and opened up a door in mid-air. Wasn't nothing around. I didn't see anything. Where that door came from that he opened up, I don't know. Because it blended in with the surroundings.
that is extremely interesting.
One night I used to work at, I used to go to school at ECPI, and I got off at about 10:30. And I got into the parking lot at Duke University. And when I got out of my car, I started walking in the parking lot to go to the building so I can sign in. Well, I heard what sounded like an owl. They said a barred owl. It was hooting at the base of an oak tree. Then across the street, it started hooting. Then I hooted too. So I thought somebody was out there playing with me. So I hooted too. Then I heard it again. It started midways up the tree on the right side. Then it did it on the left side. Well, I stood there and looked because I thought somebody was playing with me. I thought they was going to come out the bush and so on, but not at midways up a tree. Then it did it again at the top of the tree on the right side, then the left side. I stood there waiting. I was trying to see who was doing it, playing with me. Then next thing I know, at the right side of the tree, you heard a monkey laugh, but you didn't see anything.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then, when I got off work, I was telling my coworkers about it, and they started laughing at me. They thought I was playing, but I ain't playing. And get to my car because I got a Honda Odyssey on my driver's side door, the window. Somebody put a big set of lip prints on that. It couldn't have been no human being because those lips were too darn big. They was covering up the whole glass.
Wow, that is very, very, very interesting. Well, Donna, I appreciate you calling in, and definitely want to keep my ears open for any other Bigfoot sightings seen around Duke University. But thank you so much for calling in today.
You're welcome.
Have a great night, Donna.
You too, sir. Bye-bye.
What an interesting first call from Donna about her Bigfoot sighting at Duke University, how a Bigfoot came out of a supply trailer. Very, very cool. And Donna, if you have any more things to share, always feel free to reach out. You can send me an email at bigfootsociety@gmail.com, or you can send me a direct message on Facebook, anything like that. If you have more to add, let's see. Sovereign Cosmic Wildman is here. One huge detail many interviewees mention but doesn't get highlighted enough by interviewers is that they glide. Many think that it's the way they walk, but I lean towards their supernatural abilities. Very, very interesting. Sovereign, I actually hear the gliding aspect come up quite a bit. So thank you for bringing that up. We've got a ton of people hanging out tonight, 35. We're about 20 minutes in, so we got a fair amount of the show. We are on Bigfoot Society AM live call-in show number 2. If you've got a Bigfoot encounter, something that you've experienced, you're welcome to call on in. The number's on the screen. Checking my messages, getting a few messages about people that might call in. But anyone in the chat, let's see. Who else do we have here? Susie B. Good to see you. Hello, Bigfoot Society. Second time here. Great to see you, Susie. Let's see. Oh, we've got Matthew Sexton here. Matthew is a channel member. Great to see you, Matthew, and thank you for your support. It's supernatural. I've seen them do it in front of me. Interesting. And what have you seen them do exactly in front of you, Matthew? I can guess. Are you talking about the gliding, or are you talking about maybe going through portals? I'm curious what you have seen. I know we have talked a little bit before, but let's see. Let me know if you've heard. Actually, here's has anyone seen the video that's come out of Australia recently, where there were some workers that pretty much they woke up and they found an area where there were Bigfoot footprints everywhere, but they found carcasses of pigs that were ripped in half. Let me know if you've seen this video around yet on the internet. I've seen it once or twice. I know Tony Merkel shared it on the Confessionals Instagram today, but it is a very intense video. It's a little bit graphic, so be forewarned if you don't like to see hurt animals. You probably don't want to watch that video, but the Bigfoot tracks in it are very, very interesting. Let's see what we got in the chat. We've got Matthew. They can step and not leave tracks like they're weightless. Interesting. Sovereign says exactly. They bilocate, meaning they can pop in and out in a flash. Kathy says, "It's the first time I've checked you out." Well, I appreciate you checking it out. Hopefully you listen to a few episodes. You can subscribe, and new episodes come out every day. Matthew says, "Very cool pig video." Colton, yes, I have read Matt Pruitt's book yet. It is a fantastic book, and I recommend that everyone gets a copy of Matt Pruitt's book. I actually interviewed him about it a few weeks ago, Colton. So if you haven't watched that episode yet about Matt Pruitt, it's a really good episode. He goes over a few encounters, and also we get very deep into the book itself. Well, not into the book itself, but there are a few things that I wanted to ask him about. So we go into some things that I noticed about the book, and he said it was a great interview. He said, I've done plenty of these videos, and there were a lot of things that you brought up that I wish people would bring up, and you're the only one that has. So it's a good interview, guys. All right, let's get back to the chat. We got Long Island Bigfoot in the chat. Great to see you, buddy. Long Island Bigfoot has been a member for 10 months. He has supported the Bigfoot Society YouTube channel for 10 months, and I appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much for doing that. Let's see what else. Donna says they can go in and out of portals in front of you. A lot of people are excited to hear from Donna calling in. I don't think this is the last time we've heard from Donna. Maybe I'll talk to you again in the future. Colin says, I just got my copy in the mail the other day. Awesome. I've got a few books coming in the mail right now. I've got Josh Turner's Dogman and Bigfoot book coming on in the mail. I can't wait to read it. But yeah, Mike, Long Island Bigfoot, great to see you, brother. If you are not subscribed to the Long Island Bigfoot channel, make sure that you are subscribed to Long Island Bigfoot. It's a good time. Let's see. Let me check out. All right. We are getting to the half-hour mark almost. Again, this is Bigfoot Society AM. If you have any Bigfoot encounters, you're welcome to call on in. You can call the number on your screen. Please make sure you go over to the description of this video first and fill out the intake form, which includes a guest release, so I can use a recording as this is recorded for the Bigfoot Society podcast. I will use some of these encounters for the podcast. So let's see. Oh, Colton says it was probably your interview that sold me on it. Well, there you go. That was the idea. I wanted to get more people to read that book. Let's see. Kathy, all right. Why are you interested in Sasquatch? Well, I have talked about this a few times, but so I first got into it when I was watching reruns of In Search of with Leonard Nimoy with my dad when I was a lot younger, when I was a little kid. And then when I was in my 20s, I started working at Apple with a few guys, and we started, getting into watching small town monsters documentaries and getting involved with a cryptid festival nearby to Des Moines. And I just started listening to a lot of paranormal podcasts. And I decided, hey, I can actually probably do this by myself because I want certain questions to be asked to people. And then my buddy Andrew was actually researching. He was actually filming the Terror in the Skies documentary for Seth Breedlove in Des Moines. And he asked me to come along, and I ended up being the guy who was off camera that came up with questions off the fly to get people to talk on the interviews. And I realized, hey, I really like to do this. And this is back in 2019. So it's been almost 5 years. Yeah. And, I first started out as I would interview people about all different sorts of cryptids. And then, over the last year, it has become me just really getting into Bigfoot. And then I've really started to mainly talk to people that have encountered Bigfoot, had those encounters. And a lot of these people that are talking to me have never shared their Bigfoot encounters before. And they always tell me, a lot of them tell me after we get done with the interview, they say, hey, thank you for letting me talk. I've never been able to just talk about what happened. And now I can actually go to bed tonight. I can actually go to sleep. I haven't been able to sleep for like 10 years. And that to me is very rewarding that I can help people get on with their lives. They can share what happened to them. And then my listeners, listening to those encounters, a lot of times they contact me and they say, hey, I had something similar happen in the same area of the US, or my encounter was different or similar. And your interview helped me realize what was going on in my encounter, or helped me remember things that I'd forgotten. And that to me is why I do it. So great question though. Let's see. Joni, what do you think of the Sierra Sounds? All right. So I've talked to Ron Moorhead. I will say that Ron Moorhead is the nicest guy in Bigfooting. He's the nicest Bigfooting grandfather I've ever met. And that is a compliment. I think the Sierra Sounds are legit. I'll say that for a few reasons. One is I've had people I've interviewed where they have heard those sounds in other areas of the US. When I was talking to Ron Moorhead, I had no reason to think that that gentleman was lying, and I have talked to liars before. I'll be honest, a few people, after maybe one or two on the podcast, one or two afterwards, I've realized, yeah, that person was probably lying, because you just get that idea, right? You get that vibe, right? But Ron is completely genuine. The other thing is you have Scott Nelson, the, I believe, Navy linguist, who has actually broken apart the Sierra Sounds and realized that they are a language in of themselves. It's fascinating. So long story short, Joni, I do believe that the Sierra Sounds are genuine. Let's see what we've got. Lockbeard. Many people have a strictly flesh and blood encounter, but others have the opposite, which I think are Bigfoot ghosts. Oh, I've never heard of the Bigfoot ghost viewpoint. The proper scientific explanation for ghosts can be obtained for Ken Wheeler. Okay, very cool. Kathy, growing up in rural Oregon with indigenous roots. Ah, yes. I feel very protective, but I feel you are earnest. Well, if you get to the point where you can trust me, and I hope, after you listen to a few episodes, you'll see how I am very serious. I take this seriously. and it is a privilege to hear what people have to share. Maybe you will reach out to me. Excuse me. Perhaps you can reach out to me and share, and I will be protective of that story. Let's see. Sovereign Cosmic said, I heard somewhere that's not a good idea to play back audio of other Sasquatch while looking for Sasquatch. It can lead to extremely negative consequences. Well, that is true. And I can tell you, I can't really talk about it yet, but I can tell you that you best be careful when you play the Sierra sounds in the woods. And that's all I can say right now. So make sure you subscribe to my channels, because you'll figure out what that means eventually. Donna says, it's bad when you tell your family what you've seen and your dad calls you crazy. I'm sorry to hear that. Then he could not explain what was happening to him when something touched him. Wow. That's pretty wild, Donna. Let's see who else we got. Lily Kennedy is here. Nice to see you, Lily. Hey, Jeremiah, just got home from work. Glad to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, Sovereign. That's what I heard about playing the Sierra sounds. You best believe that you're playing with fire when you use them. That's what I'm going to say. Matthew Sexton, I've never tried call blasting. YouTube channel member Matthew Sexton. It can be very effective. I'll say that, Matthew. You better be careful, though, and you better be prepared for the results. I will say this. I probably will never call blast out baby cries. I've heard that can be very, very interesting in the results, and probably not the results that you would want to get. It could bring in other predators too. So just be careful what you call blast out. We're over a half an hour in. We've got less than a half an hour to go. We've got 43 people watching Bigfoot Society AM live call-in show number 2. If you've got a Bigfoot encounter, feel free to call on in. You can share your Bigfoot encounter live on the air. This is recorded for Bigfoot Society, so please make sure that you fill out the guest release form that's in the description of this video before calling in the number on screen. Let's see who else we got. Von Miller Express. Hello, Squatchers. Hello, my friend. John A. Hello. John, are you the guy that's watching from Australia? I think you are, right? I think I remember your comment. Let me know if you're the guy from Australia. We're having a great night, having a good time. Let me know if there's any other interesting videos or photos that you've seen recently in the chat. Yeah, Bundaberg, Australia. I remembered. Guys, have you seen, there's a video going around where it's a guy in a heavy piece of heavy machinery, and they like zoom in on something in the background, and it's massive. It's either a Bigfoot or a mammoth. I have no idea what it is, guys. I can't wait for it to be disproved. But if it's real, it's a big Bigfoot. We'll see. Kathy says, if you see one, they let you know. Real talk there. Roll the losing dice. Yo, what's up, Jeremiah? Hey, great to see you, man. Or whoever you are, great to see you. Guys, we're having a great night. Just want to do a call out again real quick. We got a few cool things that have happened in this show. We got Trey Parr 1080, who became a YouTube channel member in the show. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and you're able to watch new episodes early without ads. And there's also, I'll be doing behind the scenes videos. You'll be seeing those on Patreon as well. We also have Alexandra85, YouTube channel member, $2 super sticker today. Thank you so much. And we've got shout out to Long Island Bigfoot. Mike from Long Island Bigfoot YouTube channel member for 10 months. I appreciate that, my friend. Oh, dude, that's right. You are from Iowa. That I remember now. Oh, yeah. Good to see you, dude. Good to see you. I'm just going to do a quick check of the messages, make sure. All righty then. We are good. Colton, yes, Hawkeyes. How many people from Iowa are in the chat right now? Let me know if you are from Iowa. I know there's at least 2. Let's see. Lockbeard, the Sierra sounds are probably very technical high science. Perhaps. Don't mimic it. You will sound like, yeah. So here's the thing. Lockbeard, that's a good point. I've never heard anyone actually being able to do their own Sierra sounds and not sound like just totally silly. I think it's something about the actual recording. You don't want to do it yourself, but if you can play it on a speaker, you are going to get some crazy results. Let's see. Donna Spencer, a Bigfoot may contact you a day or night before you actually see them. I've seen them cloaked since the 1960s. Very interesting. Let's see. Joseph Wilson, Colorado Bigfoot has human limb ratios. Yeah. So did you see, guys in the chat, did you see I believe you're referring to the Thinker Thunker video? He pretty much proves that, yes, it's a guy in a suit. I mean, so besides the Thinker Thunker thing, you can prove it by yourself. You can prove it in that the costume pants are too flowy, right? You can prove it by looking at the arms. The arms are too short to be a Bigfoot. The arms are supposed to go down past the knees. In every report that I've ever taken, the arms are not short. All right. Braylon Smith, good to see you, Braylon. Scariest thing ever is to get bluff charged by a Bigfoot. You know, I've heard some pretty wild stuff. And yeah, if you're bluff charged by a Bigfoot, you might want to get an extra pair of pants. That's what I'm going to say. Gene, Eastern Iowa. Hey, Eastern Iowa, if you're in Southeast Iowa, you are in the spot where the Bigfoot are, man. There's some crazy stuff that happens down there in Southeast Iowa. Sovereign says bell bottom pants. Yeah, dude, that's the first thing I thought when I saw that video. I was like, that guy's wearing bell bottoms. All right, we got some back and forth. We got Roll the Losing Dice and Colton and all these guys from Iowa, dude. I'm loving it. I'm from out let's see, we got Cedar Rapids, we got Salone. I'm from Earlham, all sorts of good stuff. We got Vinton. Dude, Iowa is representing. Let's see. Sovereign says, I've been bluff charged before. Not sure if it was Sasquatch or Dogman. What if both are the same shapeshifter? Well, that's really an interesting idea, isn't it? I've never actually heard if the thought that they are they are the same thing. Personally, I would have to look into that myself, Sovereign. I'm not sure if I want to jump on board right away, but I think I want to look in a little bit closer. Steve-O. Well, what's going on, LOL? Steve-O, you've got some crazy comments, dude. Was actually just listening to that crazy, creepy one, St. Louis County, 2012. Interesting. Let's see what else we got. Colton, did you go to State Fair? No, I didn't go to the Iowa State Fair this year because I don't really go unless I have family in town. Let's see what we got. Why are Yowies more aggressive than a normal Bigfoot? Maybe because they have to deal with all the creatures in Australia seem to are like poisonous, and it's just, I don't know. They're probably just not having a good day is what I'm guessing. So let's see. Roll the losing dice. I always hear owls fighting anytime I've heard questionable Bigfoot activity. That's true. You hear some owls, and they do sound like monkeys, so you got to be careful. Um, John A., I know someone who lived in Minnesota, worked on the rail lines, now retired, used to hear the howls all the time. John A., I would love to hear more about that. What part of Minnesota? Was it northern Minnesota? I mean, if you could get me their contact info, I would love to chat with them. Let's see what we got. Matthew Sexton, I don't do any calling. They let me know they're around, and I sit camp and wait. Okay. Very interesting. Very Gene. Oh, Gene, you need to contact me. Please send me an email. BigfootSociety@gmail.com. It says 2 Class B encounters on the Wapsie and Iowa River. I have heard some stuff about the Wapsie River, and you need to contact me so I can get your information because, yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. But yeah, I need to talk to you. Oh, St. Louis County, Minnesota. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, Gene, you should really share those with the BFRO. And I know some people like bent out of shape about the BFRO. Gene, share them with the BFRO if you haven't. Just trust me. Lockbeard. The owls on the ranch where I live sound like a monkey house at the zoo. Oh, that's, it's crazy, but you get in the woods and you hear those, is it barred owls sometimes? Guys, a way that you can tell is, what's the app? I'm drawing a blank right now. There's an app you can get where it is, you can record the sounds and, let me look it up real quick. Bird app record sounds. I know you can see what's in my Merlin. I know you can see what's in my glasses because I have blue blockers. So, Braylon Smith, have you talked to anyone that has seen a white or gray colored Sasquatch? Well, I'll tell you this actually. There's an episode that I released on actually today. A gentleman I've talked to a few times about his encounter that he had when he was a young child in Hood River, Oregon, and he saw what he believes is an albino Bigfoot. So white hair, red eyes, and I've also heard reports of white Bigfoot around the U.S. A few places. Braylon, there is the Alabama white thing in Alabama, of course. That's a Bigfoot that is white furred, white haired. Sometimes I believe it's a weird one. I think that's the one where sometimes it sounds like a woman's scream. Sometimes it's even seen as a creature with a cat head and the body of a kangaroo. It's really weird. Also, there is there's sightings of a white Bigfoot in the northeast section of Pennsylvania, specifically around Carbondale. And if you are a fan of The Office back in the day, Carbondale is pretty close to Scranton. So there's a chance that the characters from The Office may have seen a white Bigfoot at one point. If anyone, it's going to be Dwight that's seen a white Bigfoot. Guys, we got 58 people in the chat. I really appreciate y'all being here and hanging out on your Sunday nights. Lily Kennedy, that was a good episode. I just listened to it at work. I really appreciate that. Let's see. Marcus, is it Marcus? Marcus Smith. I'm sorry. Thinker Thunker does a great job in measurement. I just think he's wrong about people measures. We're made in different sizes and shapes. So is Sasquatch. That's a great point. Probably just in this chat, there are people that are 6 feet tall, 4 feet tall, 5 feet tall. That's a great point. Let's see. Donna says that white Bigfoot is in North Carolina also. Wow. Okay. Let me know some more about that. We got about 15 minutes left. We've got a few chats that are interesting here. Von Miller, I'm in Sedona, Arizona, in the White Mountains in the eastern part of the state. There's supposedly an albino Sasquatch in that area. People have seen him and videoed him stealing sodas. That's interesting. You should contact me at BigfootSociety@gmail.com, sir. I'd love to hear more about that. Lily says Scott Carpenter has the white one in some videos that he's seen. Rest in peace, Scott. Rest in peace, Scott. Let's see what we got. Oh boy, here we go. Chris Mitchell. Chris, I want you to reach out to me if you can, like tonight. The place where I've had all my encounters had an old barn where it was well known to have Satanist meetings. That is a few hundred yards from Sulphur River, about a mile or so from Boggy Creek. Chris, reach out to me, dude. We got to chat. This sounds like an incredible episode that needs to happen. Please reach out to me, BigfootSociety@gmail.com. John says it's already Monday afternoon in Australia. You're living in the future, my friend, or we're living in the past. Matthew, what happens when you share stories to BFRO? Well, a BFRO investigator will reach out to you and try to help you work through stuff. Hey, we got Ashers. If you're not listening to On Wednesdays, We Talk Weird with Ashers, you need to be listening to Ashers. It's a great show. Yo, my buddy. Good to see you, Ashers. Von Miller Express. I sure will. I appreciate you doing that. I will be expecting it. Colton, I think this is a Dwight comment, and yet he's only obsessed with bears. That's hilarious. Dude, that's really funny. There's almost like an episode of The Office that needs to be written. Feels like that. Guys, we got 54 people in the chat. We're having a great night. We're talking about stuff in the chat. We had Donna call earlier and share her Bigfoot encounter when she was a security guard in Duke University. I appreciate you calling, Donna. Shout out a few people again. We got new channel member Trey Parr 1080. If you want to become a channel member and watch episodes early and without ads, you can hit the join button and become a YouTube channel member. Support the podcast. Help me go full time. And you also get to watch behind the scenes videos. Those will be on Patreon as well. Alexandra 85 with the $2 super sticker in the chat. I appreciate you helping us bring the podcast full time, my friend. You always have great comments. And a call out to Long Island Bigfoot. Mike from Long Island Bigfoot. It's been a member for 10 months. I appreciate you, sir. Your encouragement back in the day, your encouragement now. And make sure you're subscribed to Mike's channel, Long Island Bigfoot, if you're not already. Von Miller says, Boggy Creek, so I got us started on it when we were kids in the 70s. Yeah, back in the day, that was it, right? Boggy Creek. That's the original. They follow the creeks. Guys, we got about 12 minutes left. We're going to go until 9:30. I need to check my messages real quick. Roll the losing dice. What do you do as a hobby? I mean, dude, you're looking at it. Like, I really don't have a lot of time for anything else, but let's see. What else do I like to do? I do a lot of walking. I try to walk 7.5 miles a day. Over this last year, I've lost about 25 pounds, which has helped with a lot of health issues. Consult a doctor before you try to do something like that. But yeah, if you look at old videos of Bigfoot Society, you'll notice that I look a little different, or hopefully you will notice that. So yeah, that's a big hobby. I like to go hiking. There's a lot of like parks around the state. Matthew, what's your day job? I guess I can share that. So right now my 9 to 5 is I'm a software I'm a programmer. So that's about as much as I'm going to share for that. Let's see. Colorado Bigfoot was a hoax, Jimmy. I agree. I think it was a hoax. I mean, dude, just look at the pants. They're bell-bottom pants and the arms are short. That's a guy in a suit. Roll of the losing dice. What kind of Harley do you ride? I don't have a Harley. I've got a burning question. How old are you? The CIA wouldn't really tell you. Let's see. Do I want to share? No, I don't think I will. I got to be careful how much information I give out. Chris, I've been debating on who to talk to. Wes was the first podcast I've listened to, but I'll be more than happy to talk to you about it. Sir, I appreciate that because I get it. And, I like what Wes does too, but I really appreciate it when you're willing to step out and to be able to talk to me on Bigfoot Society instead. I really appreciate that, Chris. Please send me an email at bigfootsociety@gmail.com and I'll have you fill out some stuff and then we'll set up a time for us to do an interview. But I really appreciate that, Chris, more than you know. Von Miller expressed the Colorado Bigfoot was definitely a hoax. You could see it was a hunter, no doubt. If you blow it up, you can see it's wearing sunglasses. So I don't know about that, but I did find I think it's a cost. Yeah. Just gonna leave it at that. Asher's, dang it, haha, you've got ageless face. I mean, look at this face, right? I think you're 863. Yeah, you're totally right. I'm 863. I'm from the movie Twilight. Terror in Central Tennessee has to be one of my favorite episodes. That story was mind-blowing. Is that the Roger Will? Okay, Braylon, if that's the Roger Williams one, make sure that you're subscribed to Squatch and Holler on YouTube. The guy that I interviewed for that episode has his own Bigfoot interview show now, and it's great. I mean, the dude talks to all these people from Tennessee because he has connections down there that are incredible. So, Braylon, if you like Terror in Central Tennessee episode of Bigfoot Society, go over to my buddy Roger Williams, look up Squatch and Holler on YouTube, and subscribe. Everyone subscribe to his channel. His interviews are rocking. He's my guy. So, yeah, Terror in Central Tennessee. If that's not actually, I don't think that's Roger's episode. Sorry, I've only done like 344 guys. I've done a lot of episodes, but yeah, I think I know the other one you're talking about. My bad. Sorry. Yeah, Braylon, definitely check that out. Let's see. Jasmine Banks, in our school, we learned about limb to torso proportions, no matter the height of the person. Just like in primates, it's the formula for how to draw them, just like anything has proportions. Yeah, that's interesting. All right. Okay, let me check something. We're good. Guys, we got about 5 minutes left. I just got a message earlier that could be having a huge interview coming up for Bigfoot Society. I can't really say a lot, but think of one of the biggest interviews we've had and new information regarding that. So cross your fingers that this happens. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube. Hit the bell icon so that whenever I upload something, you get it. And also, if you're subscribed on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed, please, on a podcast platform as well, like Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And all right. Matthew wants to dirt. What can I tell you? I'll tell you about the episode. I'll tell you about the episode that's releasing tomorrow. Okay. So you guys remember the Iowa episode I released a few weeks ago, or it was like episode 319. was the two guys that got chased out of the Iowa woods by the 4 Bigfoot in the undisclosed location. So I had interviewed that gentleman's friend who was also there for the encounter, and he said that I can release his interview. So that interview is releasing tomorrow. It's already out in the Patreon. It'll be on YouTube for YouTube channel members later tonight. It just takes longer to do for YouTube. Let's see what we got. I enjoy your videos. I save them as an MP3 and listen to them in bed before I go to sleep, usually with the phone still playing them the next morning. Thank you. I appreciate that. Donna, Bigfoot may talk to you by mind speaking to you. The day one grunted in my backyard, my neighbor did not hear him, but I did. His voice was very deep, very white deep. Wow. DJ Dream. Wish I could tell you about the cryptid I heard talking garbled English up in a tree. Not a Bigfoot. The nearest forest is 60 miles away. Wow. Matthew Sexton, is the episode going to come out that YouTube pulled? Well, okay, so that's the Catman of Nellis training range episode. So that's the members only episode, Matthew. So you are a channel member, so you can watch that episode. But YouTube finally was able to get that uploaded. It took like a day to upload it. Let's see. Got a lot of comments. We got a few minutes left. Have you heard of people seeing 10 to 11 foot Sasquatch in Alaska? Actually, I've heard of some pretty big ones up there. Yeah, they're huge up there. Colton, Jeremiah, have you done any reading about statement analysis or interviewing techniques to improve your discussions with witnesses? Not about statement analysis, but I will now, and I appreciate that. I'm always trying to improve my interview techniques. So I am actually going to make a note of that right now so I don't forget. But I appreciate that, Colton, so much. Let's see. Roll the losing dice. No, that's not me. So definitely not. Mountain giants are bigger. That's what I hear. Well, guys, it's about time for the end. So do me a favor, share the show out, share Bigfoot Society with your friends, make sure you're subscribed, and I will check you guys next Sunday. If you got a Bigfoot encounter, next week is the time to call in. Have a great one, y'all, and I will chat with you later.